Hello and welcome to this video. I am Karnesh Johri and this video is about how to create temporary files in Linux. Temporary files are used to store transient data in programs and scripts. There are multiple ways of creating temporary files. We shall look at them in this video, and we start with the first, which is using the TMPFILE flag in the open system call. There are two forms of the open system call. The first has two arguments and the second has one more argument. You can use either of them for creating a temporary file. The second argument is flags, and you need to specify OTMPFILE flag along with other flags to create a temporary file. The flags are OTMPFILE or ORDWR or OEXCL. OEXCL ensures that the file cannot be given a name. This is different from the normal meaning of OEXCL flag, but this is the way to ensure that this temporary file cannot be given a name in the file system. The first parameter is the name of a directory. An unnamed inode is created in the file system of this directory. When the last file descriptor for this file is closed, the file is deleted and all contents are lost forever. The OTMPFILE flag is specific to Linux. The symbolic constant _GNU_source needs to be defined before the include of the fcntl.h header file so that the program using OTMPFILE flag can be compiled. Here is an example of a program creating a temporary file and using it. Right in the beginning, we define _GNU_source so that we can use the OTMPFILE flag in the program. We pass the current working directory as the first parameter, and the flags are OTMPFILE or ORDWR or OEXCL. We write something to the file and read it back. It works as expected. Then we close the file descriptor, and since this was the only file descriptor, the temporary file is deleted. Creation of temporary files has been an area of security concerns. Programs generally create temporary files in /tmp directory, which has read, write and execute access for all. There have been security loopholes which have been studied and taken care of to a large extent. One problem area is that a malicious program might be able to guess the name of the temporary file that a bona fide program is going to create, and this malicious program creates a symbolic link to a system file with the same name. So the bona fide program ends up modifying a system file which is the target of the temporary file symbolic link. This kind of situation is avoided by using OTMPFILE flag because the temporary file created using OTMPFILE flag does not have a name in the file system. You don't have to worry about creating file names, and the file is automatically deleted when closed. Suppose you do not want the automatic deletion of the temporary file. You want the file to remain in the file system after the program terminates. For this, two things are required. First, the OEXCL flag should not be used in the creation of the temporary file. Second, we need to use the linked system call to link the temporary file in the file system. We can do that using the /proc/self/fdlink. Here is the code. As you can see, the flags are OTMPFILE or ORDWR. We print the link to the file in the buffer and link the file in the file system using linked. Linked at fdcwd, buffer, at fdcwd, file name, at symlink follow. This links the file into the file system and it is preserved after the program terminates. A use case of this is when you are creating a new file and you wish to make the file available when it is ready. You can create a temporary file, populate it with initial data, set file attributes with calls like fchown, fchmod, and fsetxttr, etc. And when it is ready, it can be linked with a file name in the file system and made available to its users. The next method to create a temporary file is to use the library function TMPFILE. When you call TMPFILE function, a unique temporary file is created and it is opened in read-write mode. A file pointer is returned. You can do I/O in the temporary file using this file pointer. When the file is closed or program terminates, the temporary file is deleted. Next, we have the mkstemp function to create a temporary file. It takes a character string parameter, template, whose last 6 characters must be XX, XX, XX. mkstemp replaces the last 6 X's by random characters to get a unique file name. So template must not be a constant string since it has to be modified by mkstemp. The file is created with permission 0600, that is read and write for the owner and no permissions for the group or others. The file is opened with OEXCL flag, which guarantees that the calling process has created the file. Here is an example. It is important to note that the temporary file is not deleted automatically, so we should call unlink with file name as parameter immediately after mkstemp. Then the file is deleted when it is closed or the process terminates. mkstemp returns a file descriptor which can be used for doing I/O on the file. Till now, we have seen system calls and library functions to create temporary files. These are used in C programs to create temporary files. But now we have the command mktemp to do the same job. So this can be used in scripts or simply from the command line. The mktemp command creates a temporary file or directory based on the template and it prints the name of the file or directory created. Template is a string with at least 3 consecutive X's at the end. The X's are replaced by random characters to get unique file names. If template is not supplied, temp.x 10 times is assumed. And important options are -d or --, directory to create a directory and not a file, -q or -quite, suppress printing of diagnostics, -p_dir or -tmpdir, square brackets equal to dir, square bracket closed, interpret template with respect to dir. If dir is not specified, the value of the environment variable $tmpdir if set is used. If $tempdir is not set, /temp is used. For example, mktemp abc xxx. This makes a temporary file with a name starting with ABC. Suppose you wish to make a temporary file in /temp, just say mktemp and temporary file is created in /temp. And now suppose you wish to make temporary directory, you can say mktemp -d directory name and the directory is made with random characters getting substituted for xxx. And we come to the end of this video. You can find all this information at https://tiny.1/tmpfile. Please subscribe to SoftPrayog for software related videos. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and stay safe.